Right. Been a couple of weeks. So, yeah. Welcome back to, what do we call this one? Just for the crack, wasn't it? Because we've got a bit of wood here that's been sat in the shed for God knows how long. It's got a few cracks in it. Now, I ain't got a clue what I'm doing with this. There's a tear out here on the end grain. That could be because I'm carbiding it. But we can see where we go with that. But I really don't know. I'm at a bit of a loss as to what to do. Now, I did toy with the idea. I've got a pencil about. If I have, I don't know where it's gone. Marvellous. I did have some pencils. Ha ha. Come here. Oh, it's got a bit of a nub on it. I did have an idea of, where are we? That's my centre line. That pencil's a bag of crap. Right. I don't know if you can see that on there. That's my centre line. We've got the base down here. This curve can go, maybe. But I did kind of think of I kind of come in here and take it out to this. So I'll narrow this down in here to about that kind of thickness. And then kind of bring that out like that. But as we come down here, we make a smallish foot on here. And then up here, in this, we just make that. God almighty, Tony Hart I ain't. Who? If you don't know who Tony Hart was, you're clearly young. Get on Google. Vision on. Yeah. And like a thin platter up at the top here. Down to a smallish foot down here. But I don't know. Seems like wasting a lot of wood. So, you know, I mean, part of me says, keep it straight, you know, keep the edge here like it is. Bring this round and just make a deepish pot, you know, you can put your Mentos in it. But I don't know. Really struggling to get some vision on this one. And, yeah, not sure how the vision on the camera is on this. I've tried a different angle this time. I've only got the one camera, so you know, you don't expect anything production quality. It ain't gonna happen. So yeah, struggling. Which way to go? Keep it as it is. I mean, when all said and done, it's a snotty bit of wood any road. What do we do with it? Am I agonising unnecessarily? Should I look at it along the lines of the bit of unbelo I did and just make a nice straight-sided bowl? I think if I do this business, Is it going to reveal detail in the wood? Or am I just wasting it? Yeah, looking underneath, I don't think it's going to reveal a massive amount at all. Enough yakking. Where's my bloody spanner gone? There we go. Enough yakking. Oh wait, get off. Let's move stuff out. It's the only thing I don't like about this Robert Sorby. Turnmaster, is it, I think they call it? Because you've got this wondrous interchangeable swivelly doodly thing on the end. You seem to be a hell of a way from what you're working on. I'm going to be too high there. About right. Let's have a go with this instead. This is high speed steel, so this should cut a whole lot nicer than the tungsten carbide. You want to tighten that up, you don't want to be having that whamming about. So let's get that tightened. Can't remember what speed we're on here. We're still on 450. You know what? I think, because according to everything you read, they all waffle on about faster being better. Have I unplugged a power from my lathe? No, I haven't. So, just undo this so that we can move the what. See, all these buggers out there that have got fancy variable speed lathes, I'm happy for you. Are we on? Yeah, it looks like we're on. So, we will now fix you back in place. How's that? I do believe that row is the motor. Sounds like an old bloody cement mixer. But let's see. Has that done anything with that tear out? Not a lot, no. Give it a bit more, let's see what we can do with it. So all we're doing All we're doing is scraping the surface. It's not cutting in the same way a traditional tool would cut. Yeah, there's some chatter going on there. But how are we looking? That's actually looking better than it was. Which, if I'm perfectly honest, ain't chuffing difficult. See if we can get down below that. I think we're going to stick with this as a square sided bowl. I'm really not feeling the idea of going all curvy wheel on it. That is actually tidying up nicely. Still got these bits down here at the bottom, but in terms of keeping it straight, kind of liking that. Let's see if we can do something down this bottom end. Can we just bring that round a little bit, see what we can do. I mean, one thing I want to try and do with this as well, really, if I can, because this is, as I said, I think on the original video, or on the starter video for this, I kind of want this to be a practice piece, so I don't really want to go back and start using the trad tools on it. I want to stick with this newfangled kind of methodology. But the question is, can I? Because some of this just looks, yeah, I don't know. We can tidy that up actually when we, after we've turned it. Yeah, we're more about getting the shape at the moment. See what a sanding will do. What do we got? Let's see what some 180 will do for us. All this tidy things up, take you off out of the way. The bloody end grain's horrible. Try and bring 80 on it, see what we can do there. apart from burn myself. That is fucking horrible. Oop, potty mouth, sorry. That is just awful. How do we combat that? This, gorgeous. This, awful. What do we do here? That's got to be turned out. We can't sand that out. Got to turn it. Let's go back on the carbides and see what we can achieve with them. I knew this was going to be a journey. Just not sure I realised what kind of a journey it was going to be. Can we get this bloody banjo in such a position that I suppose I need the tool first, don't I? I need to understand what it is size wise. That I'm coming in at. So if I'm coming in here, about like that, to there. I want to be about the same around here, which is that. Nothing scientific here, folks, this is guesswork. I reckon that should be about right. And I think as well, I've been really quite impressed by these cheapo carbides. They were some ridiculously low amount of money off Amazon. They're about 50 odd quid, 50, 60 quid for this set. So I just wanted to have a go on it. You don't really fancy spending a load of money. But you know, are they the best built things in the world? No. Do they feel alright in your hand? Kinda. But it were a low cost way for giving it a try. And it come with all of an art tool as well. Come with this bloody thing, which allows you to hook in and get on the inside if you've got something where you've got a narrow neck on here. You can get in. You know, it's got the square tool, got the round tool, and it's got like a thing with a tip on, so you can do detail work. And 50 quid, 50, 60 quid. Yeah. I think on the Sorby stuff, 60 quid and get you 3 cutters. So, and you've got to change them every bloody time. This, you take this bar out, put a different bar in with a different end on it. So, for convenience, this is a winner. But don't forget, it's cheapo Chinese tat, for want of a better description. So it's never going to be. I don't think I ever expected it was going to be excellent stuff. This is just like a thin aluminium bloody tube. Doesn't feel nice in your hand the same way that a piece of wood does. But for testing, for seeing what the stuff's like, it's alright. I've got to admit, I was dead against carbide and stuff like that. That's not proper bloody turning. You got to use track tools. And no, you haven't. This in terms of how it removes material is bloody awesome. Okay, with trad tools, yeah, you can hog away at stuff, really, really is, but this just seems to make it effortless. And you don't get any bloody catches on it because, you're not worried about how you're presenting the bloody thing, you're just digging it in and going. Yes, you've got to keep it level, but you ain't worried about rubbing the bevel. Check it on Google if you don't know what that is. I'm not qualified to tell you. But yeah, you're not there worrying about how you're presenting because this bit's flat on your rest. You're keeping it at the centre line of what you're turning, so you're down here, right on the centre, height-wise. And it dispatches wood at a frightening rate. Typically, before this bowl, for the bit up the bloody middle, I'd be employing a Forstner bit in the tailstock. But now I've got these, it kind of removes the need. I've spent 30 odd quid on Forstner bits I don't need to bloody use anymore, but they'll come in handy for other stuff. So yeah, bugger, that's nasty. That, you see that there? That is going to come away. We could be on the verge of having to decide something different for this. Now, I think that is the only crack that runs alongside. See what we can do. Another benefit, really, I think, with these, you can just let them rub. You can just let them ride on the surface, and they'll still cut. They'll still take stuff away gently. It's still pissing horrible around here. Liking the shape on that bottom of it more. Having that bit of a... that curves a bit severe, but having that angle coming in here, I think that's worthy. We can do something with that. But the question is, how do we get this roughness out? Yeah, there's no end of folk on YouTube and Twitter and eBay, Facebook, on all the groups and whatever. All CA glue. Whack some CA glue in it. Stiffen it all. They might have a point. Might need sanding sealer. That might work. Don't know. Not sure. That's the way to go. Some of these cracks are looking hefty. I mean, they might. Be alright, you know. It depends how far through the bloody wood they go. That one that are on the edge has fled off. And we've took enough out to... oh no, it's still there. Just there. It's in there now. Right, we need to take you down, don't we? I wonder if just using the square end on this, I'm sure it's got a technical name, but if it has, oh, cramping me bloody thumb. If it has, I don't know it. So it's going to be the square thing. Square cutter. That's probably his name. We shall call it Bob. So let's have a go at ogging some of this out. We'll just check it in. Far enough there that we've got rid of that nub that we're missing. No, we are not. That would be. Oh wait. Yep, we are. And that, I think, just settle my mind on where we're going. I think we will put a slight curve in at the top. So it's not perfectly square on the outside. And we might even decide later on that it's not going to be perfectly square on the inside either. But there's a lot of work left in this to get rid of this end grain that's standing up. But I think that's going to involve a bit of YouTube. See what we can do with this top end. like the look at that. Seems to have a nice radius up at the top there. It isn't displeasing. Anyway, need to investigate this tear out. The cracks I'm not worried about. Not worried about them at all. We might have a go at stabilising those with some CA. But this end grain, well, to be fair, it feels like it's getting less. Well, that's a biggish patch there. I don't know. I really don't know. If anybody is actually watching this tat and has got any bright ideas, dog clearly does, let me know. Because I wouldn't say I'm struggling. Not struggling with it at all. And at a loss, no, not at all. Something will happen with this. We will get a finished product out of this crappy bit of timber. Because every piece that I've got has got something to give. Every piece of timber that I buy, be that from timber retailers, people online, every bit of wood that goes on this lathe is going to come out as a finished product. Sometimes those finished products are going to be as a lesson, shall we say. You know, and I've said on previous videos, I've got a goblet that I made years ago. I look at it now and it's, what the bloody hell were you doing? But it just goes to show how much I've learned since I did that goblet. And you know, people have said to me, oh, why don't you've got the basic shape in the goblet, it could be a really nice piece, why don't you just get it back on the lathe and redo it? Apologies for the dog. Get it back on the lathe and redo the thing. Which, you know, I could quite easily do that. But is that the right thing to do? Is that the right step to take? The right way to go? And I don't know. I don't know the answer. This is all a learning exercise. It's a journey. It's you've got a hobby, you enjoy it. How do you improve yourself? And like with anything, I feel, you learn from your mistakes. You learn from what you cock up. I'm damn sure I had a dustpan and brush here somewhere. But if I did, I'm buggered if I can see it. So it's going to be foot and lift on this, because she must be a babe keeps coming down here and tidying up, and if I don't have a go and make some kind of effort, she'll put me over her knee if I'm lucky. It'll be yeah, I'll be going to telling off. So yeah, Anyway, we've made progress. You know, it's developing a shape. It reminds me of something. I'm pretty sure that years ago, one of relatives, possibly my gran, had a bowl that had this kind of a detail on it, coming round like this, and it kind of dove in slightly and then rounded at the top and then inside. I can't remember for the life of me what used to go in there. Fruit, probably. It were a damn sight bigger than this, you know. I mean, it was probably double the diameter, but I've only got a tiddy lathe. I can't really get much on there. I can only swing 9-inch over the top of this. It'd be nice to have more. It'd be nice to have a pivoting head so I can get it outboard and do some serious size stuff. But a lot of that depends, I suppose, on whether I decide to continue doing this. It's easy to get disillusioned, as with any hobby, because you think, well, I ain't doing any good at this, what's the point in carrying on, and all the rest of it. And I've had that with this, where over the years it's been a case of, oh, I can't be arsed, you know, I can't be bothered. But when I come down here and when I start doing this, despite the state that the bloody shed's in, I do enjoy it. I find it therapeutic, I think would be the best description I can give. You're away from technology, or I was until I started recording the bloody thing. But no, you're away from technology. It's just you and a tool and a bit of wood spinning far too fast. And you're taking this thing that's grown over the years and you're attempting to turn it into something that shows off the beauty of the wood. I think we go in there. So sycamore's a nice wood. Anyway. The end grain's a bugger. Not much that side. This side, it's bloody huge. I think once we can tackle that, get that sorted, and understand how we're going to sort it, because whatever we do with it on here, we're going to get the same problem on the inside. No question. You know, and we'll see where we've gone. Really liking that shape. Really liking it. It's only a subtle taper, there ain't much to it at all. Feels nice. Might actually be a good use if I bring it in a little bit more at the top. Might be able to use that all the way out. Doofus on there. Or it might just split apart because there's cracks all the way through. We'll have to see. We will see where we go. All the way around. You know, we'll get something out of it. A bowl or a learning process. Or a lesson, sorry. Not a learning process, a lesson. Lovely detail in this. Really nice detail in this. It'll be a shame if them splits, if those cracks do separate. You can see how glue is going to be the way forward on them. Try and stabilise them. Cool. Hopefully it won't be another 4 weeks before we get another video out after this one. Hopefully it'll be a whole lot sooner. Do have some annual leave coming up, so you never know, might get down here. Can't do much in the bloody house because the sun works nights, so I can't make too much bloody row there. And we'll, yeah, see where we go. Thanks for watching, folks.